All right, what's up? It's Guru Jojo. Basically, this topic I want to speak about more about synchronicities, more about repeating numbers, more about glitching. So, the reason why this topic is important to me is because it's connected to kind of how I feel. For some reason, well, I know why, but I feel like sometimes I get too deep and it's just kind of pointless. But in general, I've always felt like a disruption. So because I feel like a disruption, this is the reason why I utilize things like glitching and synchronicities in a lot of my artworks. Okay, like I have 3 songs out right now. Spotify. I got it on Spotify. I got it on YouTube. The YouTube one, it's under Guru Topics because it was a distribution. It was distributed is basically what I'm trying to say. But the other one I self-published, and then that's not what this is about. But the songs is 2:22 minutes, right? So 2 minutes 22 seconds, which is a synchronicity time. Why did she do that? Because these are the energies I feel connected to. For a couple years now, I've been drawn to synchronicities. I keep seeing them everywhere and whatnot. Yes, it's because I'm obviously attending to them, but why is it being brought to my attention is the question. Some people would say this is a crazy person, okay, who's attending to something that it doesn't matter what it is. Well, you know what? I'm crazy because I'm paying attention to synchronicities. Well, people buy a new car and they start paying attention to everyone who's driving the same car as them on the road. We do it. We all do it. Okay. Mine happens to be with repeating numbers or consecutive numbers, like 1234 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm not a crazy person. It's just I'm paying attention to a phenomenon that most people or a lot of people really just don't care about. But with that being said, the reason why I feel connected to these energies is because strange phenomenon occurs in my life. When I'm around electronics, sometimes the electronics start acting funny. And it's not all the time. It's like during certain times, especially like Mercury retrogrades and stuff. For some reason it occurs. But it's mostly because I have a lot of electricity in my energy. So that's the first thing to understand is when there's too much energy being withheld, which should be connected to a Mercury retrograde, right? Because Mercury retrograde is when energy is being held back. Whenever you have a planet in retrograde, it means the energy is being held back. It's being held inwardly. So by default, it could increase the electrical circuitry within your body, within your nervous system, right? So a real life synchronicity, a real life repeating number, a real life glitch would be stuttering. I stutter a lot. Oftentimes I either stutter or a lot of times when I talk, it may not always be expressed, but you see how right now I just had a disruption? Why couldn't I finish the sentence I was just saying? So I was saying a lot of the times, I don't remember what I was saying, but basically any form of disruption in an energy is basically a glitch. It's basically a synchronicity. It's a repeating number. A repeating number is some sort of similar pattern. So something that's reoccurring. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. It's reoccurring. It's extreme. When you see something, if something keeps repeating itself, after a while you're like, what the heck? You're like, what? Like, is it trying to give me a message? Synchronicities are signs. They're signs from the universe. When you see them and when you're experiencing them, you're supposed to take the message. That's what they are. So a lot of times, what I was saying in the previous video, the first synchronicity, glitching and repeating numbers video I did is very short. It's about 5 minutes. I explain how sometimes this creates a deja vu, Twilight Zone effect or something. Because it's like you'll meet your polar opposite, or you'll meet somebody who's just like you in a different, but it's like they're in a different vessel. Or you'll just feel very connected. There's something in sync synchronicity. So that's what it is. It's just two extremes. Let's take an example. A simple, like, what would this be? Chemistry example. I'm not a science person, so I may get the terms wrong, but I get the gist. So let's say you take like fire, right? You take let's say you take fire and ice, right? And if you take these two extremes, because here's the thing, fire and ice are the same thing, right? It's the same type of energy is what I'm trying to say. It's just at different extremes. Like they both burn things. Like you could burn yourself with ice. That's like freezer burn. You can burn yourself with fire, but it's just that one is hot and one's cold. You take these two energies, you try to force them together quickly. You try to force them together quickly, then what's gonna happen? Most likely, the ice is probably gonna melt, but it's most likely gonna like crackle, like loud. It's probably gonna crack. Basically, the ice is probably gonna crack. So, and that's what a glitch is. A glitch is a crack in the matrix. It's a crack in a program. It's a crack. So basically, if there's a crack in something, then, I'm sorry, I can never be serious. Like, and I really am, and that's a glitch that I have too, is like, I'm trying to be serious, which is one extreme, but then it's like, I'm silly at the same time. So then that makes me come off like sarcastic or not being like, truthful, but I really am being truthful. I'm literally feel like a walking glitch on a day-to-day basis. But my example that I'm trying to explain, I hope it's understood how a glitch is just like a crack in some sort of program in a matrix, in some sense. And if we understand that, right, then we understand that this is what causes like some sort of extreme in its expression, or it causes changes that are quick, and they may seem to somehow like defy the laws of science, of physics, or something like that. And this is like because it's like magic, or it's something that just seems like doesn't make sense. Something's wrong with it. It's crooked, right? All these, I'm telling you, the glitching, synchronicities, and repeating numbers is something that is a deep underlying part of a lot of the topics that I speak about and the things that I value. Like people with like mental health disorders and stuff, these are all glitches. It's just glitches in somebody's energy. It's getting disrupted by an opposite force, or a force that is exactly like itself, but in a different time and space. So a lot of times these are people that you can meet that are older than you or way younger than you, but their energy seems to be quite similar to yours. It's a different time and space. Age is an expression of time. That person has more time than you. They had more time than you. So they're older than you. But you ever meet somebody like that? Like somebody who's older than you, but they kind of act just like you, or they and then they kind of feel like they need to take you under their wing because they've been there, done that. A lot of times this is like your grandma or something like that. Sometimes that could happen, but other times it could literally just be like somebody that you end up meeting for whatever reason. And these would be like glitches because you came across them. And it's not that it's like, a lot of people associate glitching with bad things. Like it kind of seems like demonic almost. Yeah, when it's like stuff like clones and whatnot, right? Because you're taking somebody's frequency and you're manipulating it, and it's not that person. And you could tell that it's been tweaked with. So it's like scary. It naturally makes us scared. But that's not always the case with glitching. That's more of a negative. You could say it's a negative glitch. I don't know. There's probably like a nicer term for the glitches that I'm speaking of. It is demonic. Naturally, a glitch is demonic because in order to tweak something, you have to dive deep into it and change it up. So a lot of times it's like these are like disruptions of spirits, right? Spirits disrupting a physical vessel. A lot of times these are like your body, like deep parts of your body being disrupted. Like stuttering is probably occurred by some sort of malfunction in your nervous system. So you see how like that's diving deep. That's why it's like it appears demonic, but a lot it's because of our misunderstanding of what these terms mean. That's the problem with a lot of things with this society today. It's like we really don't know what stuff means because we just like been conditioned into believing certain things. But anything that's being deeply constructed, so anything that's like going to the seed, the beginning of the energy or a deep layer of the energy, that's you're going below the surface. That's like hell, that's going down. That's what makes something demonic. But that's the only reason why a lot of times glitching seems to be demonic, because it's like it seems like somebody like dive deep into a program, a matrix, and like tweaked it. So how else do I want to speak about this topic? Basically, I want to give some examples of real life glitching, and then maybe like people could comment and like mention like what they think is like a real life glitch too. So I gave the fire and the ice example as one, but that's more of like a science examples. These are all science examples, but I want to give more like real life examples. I said stuttering's one. Any sort of disruption to somebody's communication or someone's speech. Like stuff like dyslexia is a glitch because you're seeing the words backwards, or you're seeing things. You're either seeing the words, you're seeing the words out of order or the letters out of order. Any sort of quick chemical change. So, sarcasm, right? Sarcasm is an expression of a glitch because the energy is first conveying itself in a serious or dark tone, and it's being disrupted by some sort of light tone or some sort of higher vibration. So this is where like something could just sound like, oh my god, like it doesn't sound kind of phony because it's a glitch. It's like the energy sounded, it was stabilized and then it went unstable or unstable. So that would be like a quick chemical change being expressed in a small amount of space, right? I mentioned stuttering. Seizures would be another one because it'd be too much electrical energy being stimulated in the brain, right? I think that's, and I don't, that would just be another example of a real life glitch occurring, like a seizure. Lightning, right? You have a cloud. The cloud is filled of positive energy at the top and then extreme negative energy at the bottom. These energies grow within the cloud and it causes lightning in the sky. Lightning is straight up, lightning is like, I think that's a real good example of a real life glitch. Lightning. Any sort of mental health issues or just health problems in general are a glitch because there's some sort of disruption to what is considered to be the norm. What else? Auto-tune is a glitch. When people use auto-tune in music, that's a glitch. Because you're literally shifting your pitch at a very fast rate. That would be a glitch. And people that can sing and change their pitch really quickly, which I could do, and my pitch is disrupted. I naturally have a glitch pitch. There's times where like there's two tones coming out of my voice at one time. That's a glitch. And I think that's called mezzo soprano in like music. If you could sing like that, where it's like a disruption of energy, that's mezzo soprano. You see, like, come on, y'all. Comment if you know a real life glitch, a real life synchronicity. Again, these are any type of energy that's playing out that seems to be extreme because it's co-current. It's like more than one energy happening at one given time, but it has to be like something about it has to be extreme, like the examples that I gave. I don't know. I've been thinking of any other examples. I can't really think of any right now, but I don't know if a fire. Nah. All right. So yeah, boom. Thanks for watching.